name is Jackie and this is my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. Thanks for joining me for today's video. Now in today's video, we are going to be talking about the best of BoxyCharm, in my opinion, because you know everybody gets a different variation. So these products that I'm going to be bringing to you today are the best products that I have received from BoxyCharm thus far. So if you're interested in seeing what these products are, then you'll have to keep watching. Before we get started, let me just go ahead and say that these are just the products from BoxyCharm that I have tried thus far. There are a lot of products from BoxyCharm that I haven't made my way around to yet, especially when it comes to skincare, because if I already have products open or if I have older products, then I'm trying to use those before I start using the newer products. So, you know, you may say, well, I know she received this, how come she's not talking about this? It's just because maybe I haven't tried it yet, or I'm trying to use what I already have open. So there's various reasons, but from the items that I have used so far, these are the items that I feel are stellar products. So let's just go ahead and get started. I thought we would start with a cleanser. Now, I just received this product from my last BoxyCharm and I was just so anxious to try it. Hence, you know, not using the new, just sticking to the old. Well, I didn't do it this time because I was already using my e.l.f. Yeah, I was already using my e.l.f. cleanser, but I was so anxious to see what this one was like that I just went ahead and opened it and started using it. And that product is the Pharmacy Whipped Greens. It's the oil-free foaming cleanser. I did want to introduce this to you today because so far I have really been enjoying it. I don't find that it's stripping on the skin, and it does a great job at cleansing, especially, you know, I use a cleansing balm first, and I feel like this product just finalizes everything. It goes ahead and finishes cleansing the skin, and if I have any of the balm left over on my skin, then it just removes that oiliness as well. So I do feel like this is a great product. I've only been using it for a couple of weeks, but like I said, so far I really do like it. Now the next product I want to talk to you about is a primer, and I think this was in my box maybe 3 boxes back, and this is the product by Touch in Sol. It's the Pretty Filt'r Icy Sherbet Primer, and I have never used a primer like this before. And what stands out to me about this primer is that it's so cooling on the skin. It turns into like a water moisturizer when you start applying it, and it's very smoothing. So those are the attributes that really stand out about the primer. I just like the way it feels. And like I said, when you start rubbing it in, it just kind of melts into kind of like a water-esque gel on your face. And it's just like, just from rubbing it together, it's just so cooling to the touch. So it smells good too. So this I have really enjoyed. I keep saying that I'm going to put it in the refrigerator because I bet the cooling aspect will really be bumped up then. But I have really liked this. Now, as far as, you know, controlling oils and all of that, I think this mostly is just to make your skin look kind of smooth and filtered. That's why it's called the Pretty Filt'r. But it does have a smoothing aspect and a kind of a blurring aspect to it. So I haven't noticed that it really controls oils, but as far as the blurring and the smoothing aspect, yes. And the next product I want to talk to you about is one skincare product, and it's actually the Glam Glow Moisture Trip Omega Rich Moisturizer. And this is it right here. I really like this moisturizer I liked it from the word go. I liked, because you know, like a kind of a heavy cream moisturizer on my skin. So this, I don't feel is like really heavy like I like it. It's a little bit more lighter, but it's not like a gel consistency. But I find that the moisturizing aspect of it is definitely there. This is what it looks like, and it is kind of runny. I don't want it to run out. It is kind of runny. That's why I said it is not a thick, heavy cream, but like I said, it's not like a like the Belief Water Bomb. It's not one of those gel moisturizers, but it's still not a heavy cream, but the moisture that you get from it is like a heavy cream moisturizer. So I really do find that this is a great moisturizer, great for adding hydration to the skin. I have really enjoyed this a lot. So like I said, from the very first time that I used it, I was on board with it. So I'm glad that I chose this for my Shop My Stash for the month of August. So I actually get a chance to devote myself to using this product, and I'm just going to keep using it until I use it all up. But this quickly became a favorite of mine. I just like the way my skin looks and feels with this moisturizer. It just quenches the dryness off of your skin. So I have really enjoyed using this. The next product I have, let's see, where do I want to go from here? I think let's talk about this eyeliner that I received. It's by Urban Decay, and it's the 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil. Now, I think Urban Decay has some of the best eyeliners. They're very pigmented. They're very creamy. And I just like like it says, 24/7, they stay on forever. You don't have to worry about if your eyes water that, it's going to be smearing up underneath your waterline. They just stay on forever. Now, I like this one. I have this one in the shade 0. And what I really like about this one is the fact that it's black, but it's not a harsh black. And I do have another Urban Decay eye pencil, the Perversion one, and it's a black also. But that is the blackest black that I have ever seen. And that was just not my favorite all the time because it's like a harsh black, only because the shade, the black is the blackest black you have ever seen. And I think on me, I think it kind of looks a little harsh. So I like the 0 because it's dialed back a notch or two. It's not as harsh as the Perversion one. But like I said, these are great eyeliners. Urban Decay, sometimes they're hit or miss with their palettes, but these eyeliners are the best of the best. So this I definitely had to speak on because I like this one a lot. Now, next up, I do have a setting spray, and this is by Maven Beauty. And I'm about to here in this. It's the Rose Water Setting Spray. And you guys, I don't think I ever came back and let you guys know that this is a product from Fashion Nova. I didn't know that. I happened to be on the Fashion Nova website, and I saw that this was on their site, sold on their site. And so I've always told you guys I couldn't get a really good take on this. I can't tell, and I still don't know, if this is supposed to be a mattifying spray or a radiant spray. I don't feel like I get excessively oily with this spray, but I don't feel like my skin really looks dewy with this spray. But I do like the way it takes away the powdery look and how it just sets down my makeup. So for that reason alone, no other reason because I just don't know, but for that reason alone, this has been one of my products from BoxyCharm that I have enjoyed too. But I don't understand the correlation between this and Fashion Nova. I don't understand. I don't know. But anyway, yes, I do like this setting spray. I'm not sure I would purchase it again just because it comes from Fashion Nova. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but it's just kind of a quandary. I don't know. I don't get it. But yeah, I wanted to mention this. Next up, now you guys may recall, well, you don't know, but I may have mentioned it before that years ago I used to be subscribed to BoxyCharm, and then I cut off my subscription, and then I picked it back up, I think this year. I do want to talk to you about some brushes that I received from BoxyCharm, and they're by the brand Luxie. Like I said, these brushes I received when I was subscribed beforehand, but they do still need to be mentioned because these are good brushes. So I think this is from their Rose Gold collection, and these are the 3 brushes right here. I have a eye brush and then 2 face brushes, and these are just the softest brushes, and I I use them still to this day. And like I said, I got these a couple of years ago when I was subscribed, but I still use these brushes to this day. And because of these brushes, I have gone on to purchase other Luxie brushes. So they're just good quality brushes. They hold up really well through wash after wash. Whenever I wash my brushes, that is. But through wash after wash, these are just good brushes. And I know I've used this brush just this week alone. And one of these two. These are kind of similar, except for this one is a little bit more tapered or more flat right here. And this one is a little bit more rounded. So I like to use this brush here. This one's a little flat right here, like I mentioned. But I like to use this when I go in for my contour. This one would make a nice blush brush. It says that this one is the Luxie 522. It's a tapered highlighter brush. I personally would not use it for that. I wouldn't use it as a highlighter, but I definitely would use it for bronzer, for blush. And then this one is just a good eye brush. You know, sometimes I'll use this on my lid if I want to blend out my eyeshadow a little bit more, or sometimes if I just need to define my crease, I'll use it. Or if I want to go in and, you know, do a little bit more work up above my eye because I have hooded eyes, just to make sure the shadow is here, I'll use this brush. So I've used this brush plenty of times, and like I said, I like it a lot. So these brushes from Luxie, like I said, if I would have never received these in BoxyCharm, I would not have gone on to purchase more brushes from Luxie. So I look forward. I haven't received any all year from Luxie, so I hope they're still affiliated with BoxyCharm. But definitely, I look forward to receiving more brushes from Luxie. So let's see. We're getting down to my most recent products from BoxyCharm, but I do have another kickback product from before when I was subscribed. And this is from Pure Cosmetics. This is the Pure Sculptor Palette. If you guys have BoxyCharm, you might remember this one. Let me show you what it looks like. I have used this thing to death. So you know that this was one of my favorites. I use this shade right here for contouring. I've used this shade right here for highlighter. I've used this one, and this one's about to hit pan because I can see the little circle right here. I've used this also for contouring. I've used it for a bronzer. I haven't used this one all that much, but this, when I first got this, honey, I was using this like nobody's business. So I have enjoyed using it. They don't sell it anymore on the Pure website, I don't think, but I have spotted it a few more places because I was interested in picking another one up. But since then, you know, I've discovered more bronzers and more contours. So I'm not sure if I would replace this one, but I just might. I've just enjoyed this a lot. And again, this is by Pure Cosmetics. So this was definitely a win in BoxyCharm for me. Now my next few products, we're just about done. My next few products are kind of more newer to my collection. And this product here showed up in my favorites, and this is a, what is this? This is a lip oil by Cab Cosmetics. And I had, like I said, I had this in my favorites because I have tried lip oils before, and the consistency of them just really didn't impress me. They're very thin and lightweight on the lips, but this is something different. This to me feels just like a straight up lip gloss. It has some body to it, phenomenal shine. It is very moisturizing. Sometimes I will wear this to bed at night and my lips feel so hydrated and so moist in the morning. I like the formula of this. This has been a favorite of mine. It just is not a thin consistency. This, like I said, has some body, some weight to it, and it just feels so nice on the lips. So I definitely, in the way of lip oils, this to me is the way to go, unless you like that thin formula where you have to keep applying it over and over because it just soaks in and absorbs and you feel like you have nothing left on your lips. With this, all you gotta do is put it on and forget about it. It does not dry into the lips. It just keeps the shine on the lips, and it just makes your lips feel so hydrated. So I like this a lot. So my next product is, I guess we're moving to the eyeshadow products. So my next product is by Natasha Denona. It's this Ayana palette, this 5-pan beauty. I quickly, when I got this, I know I told you the story 100 times, but when I got this palette from my BoxyCharm, I was like, I don't want that. These were not my shades. These are not my colors. I looked at it and I just knew I would not enjoy this. But I was so wrong about it. I like this so much. I had never, I don't believe ever, especially, not especially from Natasha Denona, but from the Natasha Denona products, I have never felt a formula so buttery soft as this. And this is exclusive to BoxyCharm. Hopefully one day they'll release it at Sephora so you guys can get your hands on it. But the shadows are so creamy. And I just didn't think, looking at this, I was like, that is not me. I do not like cool tone palettes, and this is just blah. When I decided to use this in my Shop My Stash, honey, I was wearing this palette out. After initially trying it for the first time, and then I took it to school with me because sometimes the story, sometimes I don't have time to get ready at home, so I'll end up taking an eyeshadow palette with me and putting it on at work. I was wearing this thing out, and this shade right here, this little moss green, so pretty. Look at that. They just pick up so nicely. Look at that shine. I just cannot. This shade right here was another one. And y'all, they're just so creamy. They are just, I cannot. And let me just pick up one more. Take this matte right here. Even the mattes, look at that. This has such great pigmentation. The pigmentation is outstanding. It's just, I love this palette, and I'm so happy I just didn't write it off without trying it, because y'all know I will see something and say, I'm gonna put this in a giveaway and not even try it. And so I'm so glad that I took the time out to actually use it and try it, because I think what I did, this may have been on my BoxyCharm Live. I had a haul, a collective haul, and I wanted to do my BoxyCharm unboxing. So I may have showed this palette then, and I went ahead and swatched it. I was like, dang, why did you swatch it? Now you can't give it away. I'm so glad I swatched it, because this has become one of my favorite Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes. I like this a lot. And then this I received when I from the box. I think I got this when I subscribed to BoxyCharm again. I think they sent me this. So this is by Dot, and this is their pressed eyeshadow palette. On the back it says, "Unleash your inner goddess through the alluring blues and gleaming golds of C Note." And this is also vegan. And it says it's also animal test free. And it has no parabens, no talc, and no mineral oil. So let me show you what it looks like. Again, this is from Dot. And this is the palette here. Now, I have used this palette in a look. I'll try to link it in the cards. But I was honored to be a part of the Sherlock Holmes Copper Beaches collab. And this was the main palette that I used in that collab. And when I opened this palette and saw it, it's just gorgeous. Let me see if I can swatch just a few. Now, my favorite shade in this palette is this green right here. It is my favorite. It's so pretty. Such a pretty one. Look at that. Look, just so pretty. I cannot get over it. And then they have this beautiful, now that shade that I just swatched is called Goddess. And then they have this beautiful shade here called Ancient. And again, this one's gorgeous as well. And I never swatched this shade up here called Rain. It's kind of a silvery, really light blue. So silky. Let's see what this one does. That's it right here. And I'm going to swatch a gold. I can swatch this whole thing. It's just so pretty. Let's swatch Escape. This one right here. I don't have very many, well, I don't have any palettes by Help Dot. So I'm glad I got to try it because there's the gold right here. Isn't that pretty? I'm glad I got to try this one so I can kind of see hopefully what their formula is like. Hopefully all their palettes have this formula because this is great. I just really enjoy this palette. I love these shades, and these blues and greens and golds are just beautiful. This is a gorgeous palette, so I'm glad that I got this from BoxyCharm. This was definitely a plus. Getting down to the wire, I only have just a couple more products left. Let's see if I can wipe off my fingers. Okay, so the next product I want to talk to you about is a product that's currently in my Shop My Stash. Really, the next two products are, and this is by Grande Glow. It's a plumping, which I still don't get that, but this is again by Grande Glow, and it's a plumping liquid highlighter. I don't understand how a highlighter can be plumping. This is a product that I really enjoy. However, I'm glad it's in my Shop My Stash so I can get more use out of it. This is what it looks like. Now, what I discovered about this product is that you really have to blend it in. I used to go in, put it, and then dot it on there and try to blend it that way, but it doesn't blend evenly when you do it that way, so you definitely have to go in with a brush and kind of blend it in that way. But it definitely shows up. And there it is right here. So pretty. I have enjoyed wearing this highlighter. It's gorgeous. And the shine and the glow stays all day long. My next product is a product that when I picked it out, because this was my choice item, I picked it out and then I was like, I don't know if that was a good decision. And that is my Tarte Shape Tape Glow Wand. Comes with the little sponge. I haven't used this part of it yet. And this is in the shade Ablaze. I use this. This is what Ablaze looks like. I use this every day. I've been using this glow wand every single day. I use it underneath my eyes, and what I find with this is that it makes my under eyes not dry, makes it have a little kind of a hydrated look. But when I have these concealers that may be just a little off in shade, this makes it look great. Like I have the Hourglass concealer. I have the Hourglass concealer, and it's a little off in shade. It's just a little light, but when I use it with this, I go in with this first. This just tones it down and makes it wearable, a more wearable shade for me. And like I said, I like the little glow, and it's not to me like a highlight glow. It doesn't, that's not what this does. It just, to me, it may add a little bit of radiance, but to me, it just makes my under eyes, see, I just rubbed it in right there. So, I mean, it does, to me, I think you might can see a little bit of a glow, but on my under eyes, I feel like it just adds that radiance to it. It's not like a highlighter or anything. It just adds that radiance so my eyes don't look so dry, so crepey. And so, like I said, I use this every single morning before I put my concealer on, and I have been loving it. So this, you know, after I bought it or after I chose it, I was like, oh, you know, I watched some reviews. I was like, I don't think that was such a good idea, because I've seen people put it, you know, all over different areas of the face, but I just keep it concentrated underneath my under eyes. That's the only place I put it, and it works out fine. So I'm so happy that I did pick this, because this could have easily been another product that I said, I don't want it, and put it in the giveaway pile, but I'm so glad that I tried it, and I do really like it a lot. And now we're down to my final product. I should have put this with the brushes, but I didn't think about it. And this isn't anything big or spectacular, but I have enjoyed having this in my purse. And this is the little Kabuki brush by Bella Pierre Cosmetics. I keep the little paper, I keep it in the paper so it doesn't fan out too much. And after I use it, I just slide it back through so it can, you know, kind of keep its shape. But I have noticed that when I go in with a, you know, sometimes I take my complexion products to work as well. And if I'm just putting powder on my face and I'm using the little powder puff, then I'll automatically go in when I'm finished applying it, especially if it's maybe a powder foundation. I'll take this out of my purse, and then I'll go and then just make sure everything is really blended in. I'll just start buffing it into the skin just to make sure, you know, it's not splotchy on my face or everything is even. So I keep this in my little makeup bag and carry it in my purse all the time, just to make sure that my powder is blended in thoroughly. So this, you know, it was, like I said, it's no big deal. When I got it, I wasn't sorry that I had this in my BoxyCharm. I was like, this will come in handy. And I have had it in my purse, and I take it with me every day to school. Whether I do my makeup at school or at home, I can still benefit from this. Even if I'm getting a little oily, you know, I'll just use this just to rub in and take away the shine from whatever powder's still left on here. So yeah, I'm not sorry I have this at all. And like I said, I usually have a powder in my purse, and sometimes I'll just go in with a sponge, or sometimes I have just used this alone just to make sure it's buffed in really good. So this has been a great asset for me as well. And that brings us to the end of the video. I hope it wasn't too long, but these are just some of the standout products that I have really enjoyed using over and over. These aren't products that I just pick up and don't want to pick up anymore. And like I said, there's, I'm sure, going to be a whole host of other products once I get a chance to use them, especially if it comes to skincare or sheet mask or anything of that nature, eyeshadow palettes, because I did also pick up the Viseart all matte palette, but I haven't had a chance to really use that all that much yet. I think have I used it? I can't remember if I've used that at all yet. So I didn't think it would be fair to actually put it in the video because I don't think I've used it. So these are the products that I have used over and over. So I'll probably do this video again towards the end of the year, and maybe I will have gotten through some of the products that aren't in today's video, and I also may have some new products as well. So though, again, that completes today's video. I want to thank everyone so much for tuning in. If this is your first time here, welcome. Please consider subscribing to the channel and ringing the notification bell so you'll know each and every time that I upload a video. And for my returning subscribers, you already know, it's good to see you as always. So guys, again, that completes today's video. Leave me a comment below and let me know if you have received any of these items in your BoxyCharm. Like I said, you may or may not have used these products because BoxyCharm does maybe 2 or 3 variations. So I may have some products that you didn't get in your box, or you may have some products that I've never tried before. So if you have tried any of these, please leave me a comment below and let me know how you liked it. Let me know which product it was so we can see if we've had similar boxes in the past. So again, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody, and have a great day. Bye-bye.